What is up? What is up, good family? What is up, redheads? Before we get this show started, first of all, welcome to Red's View. I go by the name of J Red. But before we get this show started, we got to play the intro.
Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, give up, give up, give up. I know you got doubts, but get to the bag. Just follow the dream and stick with the plan. I know you get worried.
Greetings, redheads. What is up? What is up? I go by the name of J Red, and welcome to Red's View. Of course, I'm your gracious host, and this is presented by my single pregame. If you see it, it's in this corner right here. Also, you can see where to download it at right there. As you see the banner going across, stream pregame. If you want a song that you could listen to while you sipping on your drink, while you at a summer party, pool party, at the club, at the crib, or just whatever, make sure that you listen to pregame by J Red. It is on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Apple Music, and everything. So make sure that you get my single pregame. You're really, really gonna love it. All right. Also, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/RedsView. If you are watching this on Twitter, make sure that you hit the retweet. Also, if you're watching this on Facebook and you got love for me, share. Please hit the share button because we're going to talk about something heavy tonight. I've been wanting to talk about this since it happened because I had a feeling that the millennial Black community was going to, take this and run with it, be all over the place with it. But yeah, man, thank you everybody for tuning in with me right now. I'm sure others will join us. Everybody make sure that you tap in with Red's View. Yeah, man, hopefully everybody's having a good summer thus far. Like I said in the beginning, subscribe to youtube.com/Red's View. So what are we talking about today, family? What are we talking about today? Without any further ado, let's go ahead and step into it. Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey, the breakup. Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey, the breakup, right? Now the title reads, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's the real reason, no, it's the real problem with the breakup of Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Now, I do think that there's an issue. I think that there's an issue. And if you're coming here thinking that I'm gonna side with either one of them, this ain't the video for you. If you're thinking that I'm gonna talk shit about Lori Harvey and who she dates and how she's been dating every man, I could judge her, you know what I'm saying? But this isn't the video for that. I'm not about to bash Lori Harvey. I don't think that Lori Harvey is really doing anything wrong. I don't think Michael B. Jordan's doing anything wrong. However, I do see an issue with this whole breakup, right? And the real issue that is with this breakup between Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey is us, me and you, us, the millennials. You know, the millennials. If you were born anywhere like in like the, what is it, like 82 all the way up until like what, 96, it's us. We are the issue with this breakup. Now, what do you mean by that, J Red? What do you mean by that? All right, so let's just pull up the article first. All right. I'm gonna share my screen like I normally do. And we're gonna pull up the article just to read what it says. Okay. Um, Now I want all of my smart people to come in here with me. Okay. All the people who have knowledge, who have comprehension skills, and all that stuff. I want to look at this. All right. So let's read the headline. It said Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey break up after over 1 year. Both completely heartbroken, says the source. They had great times together and brought out the best in each other. A source tells people, right? Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey have called it quits. Michael B. Jordan is 35. Harvey is 25, have broken up after dating for a year and a half. A source close to the couple confirms to people they're both heartbroken. Michael matured a lot over the course of their relationship and was ready to commit for the long term. He let down his guard with her opening up emotionally in a romantic relationship for the first time. They had great times together and brought out the best in each other. A representative for Jordan could not be reached for the comment. Reps for Harvey did not immediately respond to people's requests for the comment. All right. And this other stuff just talks about their relationship and everything like that, right? So that's what a source tells us. Okay. The source tells us that, both are heartbroken and Michael B was ready to commit to Lori Harvey. Now, I saw some people that were saying all kind of stuff as far as like, you know, um, they should have been, like I've seen different sides of it. Some women are saying, yeah, she can date who she wants, and if it's not giving, then she can leave, right? I've seen males side with Michael B. Jordan saying that she wasted his time and all this other stuff, right? But this is my message for the black community, preferably the millennial black community. All right. I want y'all to listen clear. I'm saying this loud and clear for those who just have nothing to do. Y'all shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. We don't know what the hell happened. Neither party have came out and said what the reasoning was. Neither party, sources, but we're going with what has been presented to us opposed to what the actual facts are. I've been seeing nothing but debates. I've seen debates and people are doing all kinds. It's like they typing up essays, and I've been seeing people actually have like a extended conversation and an analysis off of some shit that we don't even know about. Shut the hell up. Why are we even wasting time talking about a relationship that we don't know what actually happened? All what happened is the sources close to them revealed that they broke up. Michael B. Jordan made a public appearance after that, but we're taking what we think that we know and run with it. And I've seen the most ridiculous comments. I've seen women actually compare themselves to Lori Harvey, coming up with analysis, talking about some, I mean, she's still young. She has time. If it's not giving, y'all shut the hell up. We don't even know what the reason was. Neither party have came out and said the reason why they broke up with each other. What if they just pop up tomorrow and they're together? We don't know anything. We live in a society to where now this internet gossip that we live in now. See the difference between this and the Will and Jada thing, right? Because I'm one of these people that be like, if it ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm not going to talk about it. But the difference between this and the Will and Jada thing was we know what was happening in their household. They actually came out and said it. Whether it was leaked or not, they addressed it. It was on Red Table Talk. And we all know about the shit. But with this Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan thing, we don't know shit. We know from a source that allegedly he was committed and ready to, move on. I'm guessing trying to propose to her and everything like that. But we don't know shit. Why are you wasting time on social media talking about a relationship with people in a different tax? But first of all, I saw this post, right? Let's talk about this. This, I saved it. Hold on. I saw this thing. It says, if anything, women should date like Lori Harvey. You like what you like, and when it's no longer given, be done with it. You're not married. All right, so this is a very interesting take on it, and everybody feel free to chime in if you want to. All right, this is a very, very interesting take on this. Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey is 25. Does she have time? Possibly. More than likely over somebody who, let me tell you something. Lori Harvey is fine, right? She's a beautiful woman. Her stepdad is Steve Harvey, right? She's around Michael B. Jordan's all the time. An average person who works a 9 to 5, right? An average person that goes to work every day, who's not in that tax bracket, right? And I'm talking about millionaire tax bracket, Hollywood tax bracket, to where you're going to be around celebrities all the time. Lori Harvey can move the way she does because she is in a different setting than you. Nowhere should you apply that to your life if you're a regular person, saying that you have time. Because the thing is this, with that logic, you're going to end up being single if you're not careful. Lori Harvey, like I said, the girl is fine as hell, right? Give her credit. She's around Michael B. Jordan types all the time. Now, from my understanding, women love Michael B. Jordan. They say he's one of the sexiest men alive. What, didn't he win that in People magazine or some shit like that? I know I've asked women like who they would prefer, like who's the top guy that they would want, and a lot of them will say Michael B. Jordan. Do you see a Michael B. Jordan in your setting every day when you walk out of your household? No. Lori Harvey sees that. So Lori Harvey, yeah, that could apply to her, but you can't apply that to your regular life. Now, it's not shitting on your life. It's just saying that why do we equate our lives to celebrity lives? Your dating life is completely different from a Lori Harvey, completely different from a Michael B. Jordan. So let's say, for instance, you did run into a Michael B. Jordan, actual Michael B. Jordan, right? If you're not Lori Harvey, you might want to hold on to him because you're not going to run into that all the time, right? My thing is, when I hear these women say things like, I saw a post talking about, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is in like her late 30s. Rihanna is in, like, me and her the same age, like 33, right? And then Janet Jackson in her 50s but had a child. They're sharing posts saying, hey, they waited. That it's never too late. Yeah, they did wait because they have money, resources, able to get a nanny. Do you think that they spend time with their children all the time? Nicki Minaj's career slowed down a little bit to where she could spend time with her son, but she just admitted on the Joe Budden podcast that it's hard, right? Ladies, do not, and I'm seeing it with black women, black millennial women. It's like there's an issue and a disconnect from reality. You look at Beyonce, you look at Rihanna, you look at these celebrities and think that that applies to your life when in actuality it does not. You're not going to run into these type of men all the time. Now, do you have time? I'm not saying that you can't take time to get to know somebody. And if that person isn't for you, or if they show you signs or whatever, hey, if you want to leave, go ahead. But we know that Lori Harvey bounces around from guy to guy, right? I'm not judging her for what she does. She can do whatever she wants. But if you're applying that to your life, do you look like Lori Harvey? Right? I don't think I look like Michael B. Jordan. I think that I'm handsome, but I'm not applying. Michael B. Jordan could pull women that I could probably dream about. So how he moves, I'm not equating my life to that. We have issues within the millennial black community when it comes to dating that we correlate our lives based off of what these celebrities do. And keep in mind, we're talking about a relationship that we don't know shit about. We just hear allegations. Neither party has came out and said the reason why they broke up. Neither one of them even said that they did break up. That's what the funny part is. But I'm seeing like analysis on, like they brought up Jim Jones and his girlfriend, and Cameron and his girlfriend, and Fabulous and his girlfriend. I don't know if they're married or whatever, but it just made me look. I'm like, are y'all really like that active and involved in these people's lives that are not even married? Like I said, the difference between the Will and Jada thing is that they're married, they have kids, they have a family. So, and they put their business out there. But with this Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan situation, we don't know shit. So shut the hell up. Like there's other stuff that you could be talking about besides that. And I know I'm not the only one who's getting sick of it. It's like, damn, I want to know, what is the infatuation with celebrity marriages and relationships? What is the infatuation with them? Because I'm not going to run into a Jada Pinkett Smith. You're not going to run into a Will Smith. So how do you apply that to your life? Help me understand that. Really. I'm looking in the comments now on Facebook. Let y'all tell a lot of these bones fine as hell too. She also dated Future. Yeah, she did date Future. She did date Future. But what happened with Monique and DL Hughley because she been on one. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about it. I want to get this across the net. Shout out to Annette. Shout out to Annette, Jasmine, everybody else who's tuning in. It's hard for me because I have to look at my phone because I can't see it on here. But no, I want to know in the comment section what is the infatuation with these celebrity relationships and how do you make that apply to your life? How? And I'm saying this because a 25-year-old woman who goes to work every day, works a 9 to 5, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you find somebody that is fitting for you, right? And if something does, if trust me, if something doesn't go right, if he's abusive or just something like that, I get it, right? Leave. But to go around thinking that, oh, okay, if he's not uh just the perfect guy, because I don't think anybody's going to be perfect for you, but I think that it's kind of misleading to go around and think with the mind frame of a Lori Harvey, because when you think of Lori Harvey, you know she's going to be around these millionaire guys or these handsome guys, these guys that women would die to be with. You know that she's going to do that, but are you around that every day? So a guy, let's say an average type of guy who looks like Michael B. Jordan comes your way and he does one thing that you don't like. You're going to be like, well, he's not giving, so I'm just going to leave and then find somebody else. Newsflash, you may not have been able to find or may be able to find another guy that's like that. Now, let's say, for instance, that let's talk about if it is true that he wanted to commit to her, right? And she didn't want to commit to him because we don't even know what the situation was, right? Don't you ladies want a guy that would be able to commit to you? Don't you want that? Is that what you desire? Let's just go with the story, like of what we know, since we don't know it, but we gonna think that we know it. If he really did want to commit to her, what is the issue? Because I thought that's what you actually wanted. The guy of your dreams, he's attractive and all this other stuff. What is the real issue with it? Negative, we're gonna talk about whatever he did that I don't like. I'd be a fool. Shoot. People, yep, they do want to have a fairy tale. And that's what I think that a lot of women, and I'm saying women because I don't see dudes complaining about women on social media in a large bulk. We share funny shit, right? Well, like when you think about it, city girls, right? We say city boys, the city boys up in response to troll you. We're trolling you when you're talking about city girls having a hot girl summer. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have a hot boy summer. We do that to troll you, but we're not really even being serious, because if you talking about what these women be on nowadays, that's what we do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Go out, drink, kick it with our niggas and all this other stuff, right? That's what we do all the time. But women seem to share all these posts, all these statuses, talking about what they want in a man and all this other stuff. But the reality is when that man comes to you and is right in your face, 9 times out of 10, you don't want to date that man anyway. And then you look at a Lori Harvey situation and you're living vicariously through her. Why the hell would you try to live through somebody that's not even in your same tax bracket, not even in your same setting? If you're going to live vicariously through somebody, live vicariously through your brother, your sister, your uncle, your mama and them. Live through your cousin, your pastor, your somebody who's in with arm's reach of you, that's actual reality. Somebody. Because I'm telling you, man, it's like, I think it's destructive to think that you're on this same level as these people. Now, I'm not saying that they're any better than you. I'm just saying that you're not going to run into a Michael B. Jordan. You're not going to run into a Jada Pinkett Smith. You're not going to run into a Will Smith all the time if you're an average person. These people, Lori Harvey. And when you think about Nicki Minaj, right? Nicki Minaj having a baby in her late 30s. Rihanna having a baby in her 30s. She waited or whatever, right? These type of women can wait because they can afford nannies. They have resources to where maybe they can have an easier birth than the average woman. They have different things in place to where it's not the same as a regular woman waiting. And see, I really wish Kevin Samuels was alive to actually talk about this, because it's very interesting when having these takes on these certain situations, because I'm telling you, it's like I think that a lot of us really don't understand the situations that we're in. And I'm talking about the regular everyday people going to work, whatever. You're not in the same setting as these damn celebrities. Like, it's killing me. It's killing me. But yeah, and the other thing I'll say is that if you look right here and I said breakup, and I got it with those different letters, right? Breakup. How many of y'all think that this relationship was real anyway? Let's talk about that. Do you think that this relationship was even real to begin with? Y'all do know that celebrities do get with each other in order to market and promote themselves and brands and different things like that. Keep in mind they were together for a year. She's been going around. What does Lori Harvey even do? What does she do? She's Steve Harvey's stepdaughter that happens to date a lot of men. That's all we pretty much know about her. That's all we pretty much know about her, right? She looks good. She's Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, and she dates around. But do you think possibly, and I put my tinfoil Koofy hat on, right? Who is this? Shout out to Jovi and Banks. Industry couples aren't grounded in reality. By the way, shout out to my boy Coop. Yeah, shout out to Coop the Trio. Shout out to Coop the Trio. But yeah, I agree. Putting my tinfoil Koofy hat on, right? Because if you're gonna call me a conspiracy theorist, come on, go ahead. I don't care. But do you think that this wasn't by design? Think about it. They break up. There's nobody making a statement. It's just a source. He makes a public appearance. She's going to end up dating somebody else, and then we're going to be forgetting about them. Don't you think that this is by design because both of them benefited from each other, right? There are situations where your record label will suggest that you be put with somebody in order to help bring you out. Now, would I do that? Hell no. But these folks probably don't even really be having sex like that. They just have a contract together to where, hey, after this year, you go your way, I go my way, but we both gain something. Lori Harvey got brought out even more when she got with Michael B. Jordan, arguably the hottest black guy in Hollywood or whatever, right? And then Michael B. Jordan benefited from dating Lori Harvey because wasn't he in the White Women? Wasn't he in the White Women? I'm not sure. I think that I saw a post. It was so funny. They said that they wanted people to take the distraction. They wanted people to forget about Lori Harvey dating Future, but they also wanted Michael B. Jordan to be forgotten about being in the White Women. I saw that. I saw that. I didn't make that up, but I saw that. But I think that this is fake. I think it's by design. I think these people were put together. And this happens. Sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's 2 years or whatever. But we as millennials have to stop looking at these celebrities as relationship goals. And I make videos like this. It feels like every year I have to make a video about this and talk about it. And the reason I'm doing it is because y'all really be that invested into the shit. Like I said, with the Will and Jada situation, they put their business out there. August Alsina leaked it. Will Smith addressed it. Jada Pinkett Smith addressed it and still talks about it. So I understand completely how we're talking about that. But we shouldn't compare our relationships to that. Because I'm telling you something, I'm a regular guy, right? Now, I be out there, I DJ, I interview celebrities. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I interview celebrities all the time, right? But I'm not in the same setting as them, meaning I'm not going to be able to pull the same type of women that a Michael B. Jordan will be able to pull. One day, it's coming, but no. So I don't even correlate my life to that. Why? Why would I do that? But I think it's fake. How many of y'all think that it's fake anyway? How many of y'all think that it's fake anyway? You said it seems like it's supposed to be the other way. Like the average woman should wait for everything to come together, and celebrities can have it earlier anytime because they are already well put together. No, let me ask you. Okay, let's talk about that, Jasmine. With celebrities, they have resources, money. They're in different settings than us. So Sierra, right? Okay, Sierra got pregnant by a dead. Well, it's future deadbeat. I don't like to put stuff out there, but I don't know. Not a good father. I don't know what future is, right? But you see his track record. He's reckless, has a lot of kids, right? Typically, if a woman would get pregnant by a future, this is just regular. Let's take out the celebrity in it. If a woman gets pregnant by a future, how many men of value, meaning millionaire men, would choose that woman? And it's not about even too much of her having a baby. It's like who she had a baby with. But see, Sierra can get away with that because she's in the industry. She's Sierra. She's a celebrity. But the average woman, not saying that women with children can't pull men and men that make a lot of money, but typically that's not going to happen. That's why a lot of these baby mamas live vicariously through Sierra. Regular baby mamas thinking that, hey, I'm going to find my Prince Charming. He's going to be having all this money. He's going to take care of me and my kids. And I can have a deadbeat, ain't shit nigga, street nigga like Future, right? In my regular everyday life. So there is a difference with celebrity women and then regular women. Celebrity men and regular men, meaning that no, as a man that's regular, I shouldn't be out here having no sexual discipline, having a lot of kids because I'm gonna be put on child support. Really, no man should be doing that. But I mean, if you have that that money and the resources to take care of them, you could be like a Nick Cannon. But Nick Cannon is Nick Cannon. He's not a regular person. So there is a difference. You said, why would you want the average woman to have a child early who don't have the resources when all she sees or runs into but nothing but futures instead of waiting to find the right one to have kids? Well, the thing is this. We know that biologically women, I mean, according to your body, it is on a clock, right? Men are on a clock when it comes to getting resources and getting their self established. But even then, it's not as like, put it like this. If you're 35 and working at McDonald's and then you decide to get yourself together as a man, and then by the time you're 40 and then you start making six figures, people are going to forget that you worked at McDonald's. But if you're a woman, you got from the time that you're an adult, let's just say for right now 18. From 18 to 35, 35 comes geriatric pregnancy after that. So it's not that it's not possible for you to have children, but it could possibly be difficult. So that's why people would tell you to try to start, like Kevin Samuels used to say, focus like a laser once you get into what he would call the danger zone, which is 27 to 35, whatever like that. Now, I'm all for you finding who you want to be pregnant by, be married to, and all this other stuff, right? But I think the problem with our women nowadays is that they focus too much on finding the perfect person versus the person that is perfect for them. Listen to what I'm saying. The perfect person opposed to who is perfect for them. Meaning you could want a guy that is 6 foot tall. What y'all like? Dark skin, light skin. Let's say 6 foot tall, makes six figures, doesn't cheat, right? Would take care of the kids. You wouldn't have to work and all this other stuff, right? You would spend, and then he has to be attractive, and the sex has to be good. That's a lot to ask for in a man when you actually think about it, right? You could have a guy who may not be a top earner like that, who may not be as physically attracted as a guy. You may want a six foot guy, but you end up getting a 5'11" guy or a 5'10" guy or a 5'9" guy. Oh, y'all getting a little scared now. It's like, oh, that's too low. That's too low. You said, so basically have a broke baby daddy and a broke baby mama having a child. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you find somebody that fits you. That's it. Men do it all the time. If you notice, man, how many of y'all see like when men get married, do you see that they're married to this supermodel type that they thought that they were going to get when they were little, like when they were young? We all thought that, yeah, I want to get me a fine wife and all this other stuff, right? Like the baddest woman ever. But when you get older as a man, you start realizing like, okay, I want looks, and I'm talking about a regular guy, like an average earning guy, all this other stuff, right? We start looking at, okay, what does she bring of value to me as far as can she cook? Can she is she a good communicator? Is she argumentative? Will she listen to me? Will she be able to relate to me? Like I said, communication is everything. Could I live with this person? Could I function with this person? Could I build with this person? That could be a lot more than if her sex is amazing. That could be a lot more if she's like a perfect 10. A man would rather get a woman who is less attractive. When I say less attractive, not ugly, but if it's a 10 right here, but that 10, that fine ass woman has an attitude or attitude issues, you would rather go with the 7 who's more cooperative, who will listen to you, all that other stuff. You would rather be married to that. That's a fact. You said, but he was saying that you should start. Okay. What you say, Jovian Banks? These girls really are living vicariously through these celebrities. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Why you would want to live vicariously through someone else. But I don't want you, Jasmine. I don't want you to get it twisted. I'm not saying you got to have where did broke come from? Nobody's saying that you got to be with anybody broke. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying get somebody that would best fit you. If you can find that person that makes a lot of money, hey, knock yourself out. But are you just gonna not have anybody who doesn't make 6 figures? And I'm just throwing that out there as a ballpark figure, right? Because if a man is a teacher, let's say a teacher makes 50 grand a year starting off, you know, what is the issue with that if he has a job, if he has income? You know, if he has good qualities as a man and will take care of it. But no, I mean, some women don't want that. Some women want a man that could, make all that money, which, hey, you're supposed to as a woman. I get it. You're supposed to try to get that top earner because you want the cream of the crop. And your definition of the cream of the crop would be the highest bid that you can get, the highest earner. I get that. But you have to realize that you may not get that. So you will be best to try to see what's in your proximity, what's in your diameter. That's what I'm getting at, because it seems that men get that concept, but that's getting off the rail. The Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey thing, I think that it's fake. Honestly, I think that we look too deep into it. We compare our lives to it too much. And I'm saying we all together, everybody, I don't do it, but I'm just saying as millennials, I see that there's an issue with us correlating our lives to what these celebrities do. And some stuff you can relate to, like, for example, when who was that Moneybag Yo, his girlfriend had bought him some land. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was dope, you know. And we can look at that as, hey, I would love to do that for my man. Hey, I would love to do that for my woman. But in situations like a Lori Harvey, everybody don't look like Lori Harvey, and everybody isn't in the same position as a Lori Harvey. She's Lori Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Every man is not in the position of a Michael B. Jordan. Every man isn't in a position like a Nick Cannon, who goes around having sex and has a lot of children, but he can afford to take care of them. Now, I have my discrepancies about that, because even though you can financially take care of them, can you actually take care of them being there? Because I plan to be around my children. I don't want any children with different mamas and different things. That's too much of a headache, for one. And you're not going to be able to have the full relationship that you could have as if it was all under one household. We should know that, for real. So, Jasmine, you said, I'm not saying it's about the money. I'm replying to what you said earlier about women waiting to have kids. No, I'm saying that the woman should at least try to get herself together before having kids. I'm not talking about the man. Okay, now when you say get yourself together, what do you mean by that, Jazz? When you say get yourself together, what do you mean by that? And everybody, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/RedsView, if you have not already. If you have not already, do that. And do me a favor, if you're watching this on Facebook, hit the share button. And if you're watching this on Twitter, hit the retweet. But I think that, if you're talking about having yourself together as a woman, as far as like what, financially, I get exactly what you're saying. But if you find a guy that you can build with, what's the issue with that? What is the issue with that? But how many of y'all think that the relationship is fake anyway? How many of y'all think that the relationship is fake? I think that the relationship was fake to begin with, but that's just me. But point blank being, before I move on to the next subject, I want us as millennials in this dating world to stop looking at these celebrities. Please stop doing that. I mean, you could look at them, but don't equate your life to them because you're not in the same position. Point blank. So, Jazz, you said have a couple of coins and got to be a good support system, good father, her kid. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get that. I get that. And trust me, if you're dating that person and you don't see the values in them, then yeah, get ghosts. But a lot of times sometimes women get in these positions to where they want the man to do better and try to force it out of them and end up wasting time. You end up wasting time when you could be out there trying, to find someone else. A lot of situations, women end up trying to get something out of that man when it's not there to begin with. And it's not there. And you waste 6 years of your life. And then when you move on to the next person, you're older now. You know what I'm saying? And God forbid if you had a child by them and then they ended up being a deadbeat or whatever. And now you want another guy to end up, helping take care of that child. But yeah, man, point blank being, I think that with this Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan situation, y'all give it a rest. Just give it a rest until we see exactly what happens. If they want to write a book about it, or they want to go on the Breakfast Club, or they want to come on Red's View and actually talk about it, like, just stop. Just stop. But yeah, let's move on to the next subject because damn, I spent damn near 40 minutes on that. All right. RIP to the rapper Trouble. Trouble, dope rapper here from Atlanta. One thing that I want to talk about is, man, so he was over, I don't know if that was his girl's house or whatever, right? But her ex came over and beat her up and then shot Trouble. When you're out dating, and this kind of correlates to what we've been talking about. When you're dating, please ask questions. You need to, men and women, ask questions about who they dated previously, what kind of relationship were they in, was it an abusive one, did you lie, did you do anything, because you need to make sure that the coast is clear for you to actually date this person. Because you see what happened, this dude pops up, kills Trouble, and beats up the girl. Now I think they were saying that Trouble knew that something wasn't right with her and different things like that, but he ended up being over a house. You got to be careful with situations like that, man. You never know if somebody has a crazy baby daddy, a crazy baby mama. You don't know if somebody's actually lying, saying they still have sexual relations with this individual or still talking to this individual. And this man, he comes up and kills you. You got to be careful like a mug. But you got to really be careful and ask questions. I ask questions. Anybody that I date, I ask questions. You need to know who you're dating. You need to know their past. It doesn't hurt, because for all you know, they could be crazy, or they have a crazy deranged ex that'll be like, fuck it, one night, pop a pill, get to drinking, and then pull up and then you get killed. Men and women. You need to ask a man, hey, did you talk to any crazy women? Y'all have had experiences like that. You don't need nobody pulling up on you. And this is a situation that happened with Trouble. I don't know his relations with the girl, but I mean, obviously he's over her house. But it's messed up that you end up getting killed from a simp. That's the last thing I want to be killed over. A simp that's deranged, that let a woman control him. Pussy shouldn't make you kill somebody unless that's your wife and she gets violated or some shit like that. But you pop up to it like that's, I don't want to go out like that. I swear I do not want to go out like that. Period. But ask questions, man. When you out with whoever, you know what I'm saying, and y'all get to talking, please ask questions to avoid situations like this. So RIP to the brother Trouble. Now let's move on to Monique versus DL Hughley. I want to know what y'all thought about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give my take on it. Unless you've been hiding under a rock. Monique is reckless. Monique is reckless. I said it. Monique is reckless. Now, I was riding with her when it came to certain situations. Shout out to Tyler Perry Studios, by the way. I was riding with her when, I'm always gonna ride with black women when it comes to race issues, right? But back when the Netflix thing happened and she started counting other folks' pockets and was name dropping comedians who were getting certain type of money, like Dave Chappelle and all of them, and it had nothing to do with her, and she was using that as a situation to where she felt like she was discriminated against and all. I was with her when it came to the Amy Schumer thing, but I didn't like how she brought up Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and all this. But this DL Hughley situation, um, as we know, they had a show. Both of them were told that they were supposed to headline the show, right? But there were discrepancies. And from my understanding, what the public knows, DL Hughley said that he was going to refuse to go on stage uh, and perform if he wasn't headlining. Monique caught wind of that, got upset, and on her set, she went and ripped DL Hughley to shreds. She was saying that he was gay, talking about DL stands for down low. She started talking about how much of a bitch ass nigga he was and all this other stuff, right? And she was airing out their business. Now, this is a situation to where you need to handle that with the promoter. If I'm headlining, Jay Red, if I'm headlining the show, right? And I'm told that, first off, to me, it really don't matter if I'm getting headline pay. I really don't give a shit if I go first. I'm going to get my money and go home. But if it's a situation to where I'm supposed to be headlining and it's a money issue, then I would handle that with my lawyers, B the promoter. I wouldn't go on my set and say if I'm supposed to headline and J. Cole ends up headline, I'm like, hey man, that weak ass nigga J. Cole, I'm supposed to headline, but all like that's stupid. Like, why would I do that? Why would I feel the need to actually do that when that is something that I need to take up with the promotion company? That's not what Monique did. Monique got reckless and went on and started bashing DL Hughley and his dog, y'all. Started talking shit about his dog. Like I said, called him gay, talked about his wife, like, how can you suck a coward's dick? She actually said that. Like, how do you go home and you suck a dick of a coward? She really said that. And DL, he didn't respond on his set, but he responded on his radio show. And his whole thing was like, Monique, you've had issues with Tyler Perry. You've had issue, and I like Tyler Perry, by the way. I like it. I've worked at Tyler Perry Studios a few times. Lovely facility. If you ever in Atlanta, make sure that you go tour the place, right? Said that she had issues with Tyler Perry. That was their fault. Had issues with Lee Daniels. That was his fault. Had issues with Netflix. That was their fault. He said, now it's my turn to get the smoke. But he described her as really pretty much being reckless. And I agree, he said that she weaponizes the black female. Yeah, I love Tyler too. But she weaponizes black femininity. That's what Monique does. You notice with the Netflix thing, she used black femininity, and Megan Thee Stallion did it too. You notice when they get in trouble, they start saying, okay, black women are underappreciated, black women, which they are, not counting that out at all. But certain black people will use the black struggle or use black femininity as a proxy when something that doesn't go their way. And that's what she did with DL Hughley. She brought up the whole black woman thing. And it's like you weaponize that female audience to make him look like a bad person. Now, I can tell you this. I don't fuck with DL Hughley. I feel like he's a COON. I'm going to just go ahead and say, I feel like he a coon. I feel like DL Hughley's a coon. I don't like his positions on stuff. Some stuff he says is okay, but yeah, like other than that, this isn't on. I'm not hopping on his bandwagon. I don't know what happened. I don't fuck with DL Hughley, but I also don't like Monique's reckless behavior. That isn't something that you should handle on stage because you brought all of us into that. Shows that you're not professional. That was improper, and I wouldn't do business with Monique, and that's what DL Hughley was saying. You notice she has a problem with everybody. Now, she did happen to be right about some situations, but when things don't go your way, you can't use black femininity and weaponize it. Same thing Megan Thee Stallion did. When people said that they didn't believe her because the story was already sketchy, what did she do? Black women ain't protected. Black women ain't protected. She did all that. You said I need to have the option to add people to the live. Uh, Sometime I would do that, but not all the time. Not all the time because I don't. I like to have discussions. I don't like to have arguments. I know a situation like this, people want to, I know people. That's why I have the comment section so we can talk about it live, all that stuff. But I get what you're saying. Shout out to you though, Tierra. I try my best to avoid arguments in this situation. But let me know what you feel. Do you feel like Monique was in the? I feel like she was not in the wrong as far as her feeling like she should headline. I think she was wrong in the sense of actually airing out those issues and weaponizing the black femininity. I think that she does that. No cap. I was riding with her a little bit on the Netflix thing, not all the way completely, because she started bringing up other comedians. But this situation, I just wasn't riding with her on. I think that it should have been handled behind the scenes. But you airing it out doesn't do anything. And then this is what I didn't like too. She recently brought up the situation with DL Hughley. If y'all don't know about, his daughter was sexually abused by another 13-year-old at the time. She said that it was a man. And then she said that she brought this situation up when this doesn't have anything to do with the situation that's at hand. That's called deflection. That's called deflection. And I hate when people do that. Meaning that if you have a dispute with me or a money dispute, keep it as that money dispute, right? If I let me see, right? Like I get it. If I'm known as a thief and then, or if I robbed the bank and got out of jail and everything like that, and then something ends up missing in a store that I'm working at, then you could bring up, well, he used to steal back in the day. I get that situation, right? But if I acted crazy when I found out my mama had cancer or something like that, that doesn't have anything to do with me actually stealing out of a store. That's a completely different situation. You know what I'm saying? Like with this situation, bringing up what he talked about with his daughter, I think that was pretty much just outlined, and it was deflection. This is a situation that happened with you and a promoter in DL Hughley. You can call him a bitch ass nigga, all that other stuff, all you want, but I mean, to me, it just didn't really validate anything. We probably wouldn't even have known what actually went on had we not heard Monique. And if you think what I'm saying is bad, listen to Corey Holcomb and what Corey Holcomb had to say about it. Because Corey Holcomb went in on Monique. But I think Monique is reckless with situations like this. I hate to see like with this Megan Thee Stallion situation, weaponizing black femininity to get that crowd to ride with you in disguise for your mishap. That's how I feel about that. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Y'all can let me know in the comments what you think about that. But yeah, I think that Monique was out of line and she's reckless. That's how I feel. If you are watching this on YouTube, subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. Also, make sure that if you haven't already, listen to my single Pregame. I got some more music coming, and we're gonna have a great summer. Let me see. Let me go to this next subject, y'all. Young Thug denied bond. I wanted to talk about this. I think that this is the you said she definitely was, Jazz. Yeah, she was. Monique was wrong in that situation. But let's talk about this Young Thug being denied bond thing. I want to talk to black folks about this. You shouldn't hop on the bandwagon of this RICO case. Now, I'm not saying Young Thug is innocent by any means, right? If he committed those crimes and was doing the most, I get that. I'm looking closely at how they're prosecuting Young Thug and Gunna and YSL, because I think that this sets a bad precedent for the black community. And it's not just rappers. With these racketeering laws and this RICO stuff, right? They started with R. Kelly, and we should have peeped game on that, right? They're trying to get to now to where your record label, they could say, okay, if one person or two people committed crime, like say if I got a record label, RedsView Records, and I got a staff of 20 people, two of those people ended up robbing a bank, right? That I had nothing to do with. They're on my label, but I had nothing to do with that. They could say, okay, well, since it's a organization and they're tied to J Red, the whole label could be deemed a gang, right? And then they could railroad me. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that Young Thug is innocent, but the fact that he was denied bond really just was kind of alarming to me because he stated that he would be at his house, pay for security or law enforcement to get some extra overtime, which would cost like $1 million a year, to have 24-hour surveillance, to have an ankle bracelet on. And the only thing he requested was to have a studio in the house. They could monitor his phone calls because they said that he was a flight risk and that he could tamper with witnesses and do threats. But the fact that they didn't give him bond was pretty much, I mean, it just raised a lot of concerns for me. And if you're guilty, I get it, but I say that Young Thug will have his day in court, and that's how it should be. If he's not a flight risk, which he's saying, hey, the police are here, you have access to my phone. He said, here's my phone, and you can have my passport. He can't go anywhere. But pay close attention on how they're doing this, because like I said, this sets a bad precedent for the Black community. Just like, say, for instance, they got the whole Stop Asian Hate thing, right? If I got a clique of friends and one of them ends up bullying an Asian person or something like that, right? They can say that we're a gang. And since I was affiliated with him, I was there, later on, it could be racketeering cases. That's what I really want you to pay close attention to. That's how they're trying to do it. So, like I said, Young Thug will have his day in court, but I think him being denied bond was out of line in my personal opinion. But yeah, man, I will be posting clips of this episode on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. If you're not following me right now, follow me at JAYR3D on all social media platforms. If you are in Atlanta and you want to come out and have a good time, I am a DJ, a dope DJ. I'm going to be at the Waverly Renaissance Hotel this Friday from 5 to 8. And then I will be at the W Atlanta, downtown W Atlanta from 8 to 12. And then I got more dates on the way. Pay attention to my Facebook and my social media to find out where I'm at. And then also, like I said, in the corner, download and stream pregame. You got to do that. You're going to do yourself a favor if you do download that song, listen to it, and stream it, and support it if you like good music. So you got a trifecta, really more than that, but you got a good DJ, a good artist, and a good podcaster. But yeah, man, follow me, like I said, on all social media platforms, and then subscribe to youtube.com/ResView. I have plenty of content on here. I've interviewed some OGs, some legends. We got Crazy Bone, we got DJ Yella of NWA, we got Lil Flip, we got Mr. Servon, we got Crazy from No Limit Records, Grandmaster D of Houdini. We got a lot of different people, man. So make sure that you check out my YouTube channel if you have not already. But thank y'all for rocking with me tonight. I had to get that off my chest. Hopefully y'all shut the hell up about this Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan situation. Again, my name is Jay Red. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for joining me. This is ResView. I'm signing out.